Hello friends, welcome back to Data Analytics Talks. In today's talk, in the Power BI Learning Series Part 2, we are going to focus on Power BI Desktop. Some of you already know Power BI Desktop. It's okay. If you already know Power BI Desktop, let's have a revision. If you don't know Power BI Desktop, you will know a lot of things, including what is a Power BI Desktop by definition, where can you find the binaries, how to download and install Power BI Desktop, and also what are the prerequisite of your system to be able to install Power BI Desktop, and we will be also making a small tour of the Power BI Desktop tool today. So we are going to start with asking what is Power BI Desktop? Microsoft Power BI Desktop is a free analysis and reporting application. It's very evident that this is a product from Microsoft. And again saying that it's a free analysis and reporting application. So if you want to download and install Power BI Desktop, you don't need to pay anything. It's free. And with that Power BI Desktop, what you can do, a user can download and install on a computer to create and publish reports and dashboards. So anyone can download and install on your computer and create and publish reports and dashboards. So that is a summary of Power BI Desktop. But there's a second part. So after you create your reports and dashboard, you need to share with others, right? How can you share it? So integrated with the Power BI Desk service, the user can also share these reports with the decision makers. So in the BI world, decision makers are very important. So we will find decision makers at every level. So we will have decision makers at the operational level, then transactional level, then at executive level. So you can find decision makers everywhere. So these reports can be shared with these decision makers and stakeholders to help them understand the current state of the business. So any organization, any entity, knowing the current state of the business is very important. So Power BI reports and dashboards are one of the means to create and publish such state of the business reports status. So I already said that we will be focusing on installing Power BI Desktop and making a tour of the Power BI Desktop interface. So let's start with installing Power BI Desktop. As and when you want to install something on your computer, you want to know whether the system is meeting the prerequisite, right? So let's check that. So here are some of the requirements of the system to download the Power BI Desktop. If your operating system is one among these, you are good to go. Maybe Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, then Windows Server 2008 R2, Windows 11, then Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2012 R2, and all the latest editions. Could be this information bit outdated. Second one is that it requires Internet Explorer 9 or higher. I think most of the time we have the Edge Explorer nowadays. And remember that Power BI Desktop is available for both 32-bit and 64-bit platforms. Your system could be 32-bit or for 64-bit. Doesn't matter. You can download and install Power BI Desktop. So most importantly, where can you find these binaries? So we can go to powerbi.microsoft.com, then en-us/desktop. Then you click on the download free button. So let's go to the website. In order to start your Power BI journey, go to a browser, then enter Power BI desktop and make a search. So here you can download Power BI desktop, Power BI mobile, Microsoft on-premise data gateway. Then we have on-premise reporting with Power BI report server, then Microsoft Power BI report builder. So we are interested with Power BI desktop. Let's click on download. So we are good to go. We can download Power BI Desktop free. So it's downloading Power BI Desktop. Takes few minutes to complete the download. This has already installed Power BI Desktop on my system. Let's continue. And we have already installed. So how to find the installed Power BI Desktop? I can click on the applications. Then you can see Power BI Desktop recently added. Let me click on Power BI Desktop. So we have seen how to download a Power BI desktop binary and install on a new fresh machine, fresh computer. So the interface of Power BI Desktop opens in this manner. This is the default template how it opens, but you can either start from here as a template, and if you don't have license, there is an opportunity to buy license, but I'm not interested in buying license, so I just close this pop-up. Then let me start touring this tool. So as soon as you open Power BI, you can see a couple of tiles that import data from Excel, import data from SQL Server, paste data into a blank table, then try a sample data set. Then it also gives you an opportunity to get data from other sources also. This means that this tool can work on, or this tool can create report or dashboards with data. So we need to bring the data into this tool, only we are able to create any report. So today we are not going to make any hands-on, so we are just going to explore this tool by navigating the menus. So let's start with the file menu. The file menu, we have options like new, open report, save, save as, get data, import, export, options and settings. Then we have get started. So in the options, you can see the configurations like data load, Power Query Editor, Direct Query, R scripting, Python scripting, security, privacy, regional settings, updates, usage data, diagnostics, preview features. Now, some of the features will be in preview mode, and some of the features in general available. So the features which are in preview mode, we don't recommend to use in your applications, but the generally available features can be used in the production environment. Then we have some other feature, auto recovery. Then we have the report settings. Then something about current file data load, regional settings, then privacy, auto recovery, published data settings, query reduction, report settings. So these are the options available in the options settings. If you look at the op the data source settings, yeah, this is where you can configure your data sources, right? You can change source, export, edit permissions, clear permissions, and all. So we don't have any data source, so I am not able to configure anything here. Okay, but once you have configured a data source, you can change the settings using data source settings. Then coming to the home button, you have buttons. The buttons will give you quick navigation to certain links. The first one is get data. As I already mentioned that Power BI has a lot of connectors to connect to sources and get data. We have file connectors. File could be Excel file, text or CSV file, XML file, JSON. It could be folder. It could be PDF. Then ParQ file. Then SharePoint folder. Then we have many databases connectors. So SQL Server Access Database, then SQL Server Analysis Service Database, Oracle Database, IBM, then we have MySQL, then Sybase, then Teradata, SAP HANA, then Amazon Redshift, then Impala, and so many more. Here you can see, if you scroll down, you can see so many more connectors that you can use to connect to. Even it has MongoDB, then even you have connectors to MongoDB or anything that is available. Snowflake also. Then going to Microsoft Fabrics gives you connectivity to Power BI dataset, data flows, then warehouses, lakehouse, KQL database, then Power Platforms you can connect to Power BI data flows, common data services, then data words and data flows. If it is Azure, you will have Azure SQL, Azure Synapse Analytics, then so many more connectors, even Azure Databricks, so many connectors you can find under these get data online services. You can connect to website, you can connect to DevOps, you can connect to Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, and many even connect to LinkedIn sales. So go through all these features and make sure you are aware of what is possible, which are the data sources that Power BI can connect to and use for your reports. So get data is very important navigation. Then you can directly click on Excel workbook. It will pop up the directory, you can browse and add your file. Then we have one Lake Data Hub, as you already mentioned, like Power BI data set. Then we have SQL Server. We have enter data, that means manually we are creating tables within the Power BI. Then we have the Dataverse in anyway. Then we have a recent sources that is already connected to. Then there is some menu called transform. So once you load the data, you can do certain transformation. You can change the data source settings. Then we have refresh button. If you have a data set, to refresh your data, you can go with the refresh button. Then we have new visuals, then text box, then more visuals. If you want, you can come from App Store or from files. Then you have the measures, then quick measures, then sensitivity, then publish. So this will be enabled only you start building your report or dashboards. And in the right side, you can see the filters and the visualization and also the data pane. So once you load your data, that will be appeared in this data pane. And visualization is something that we are representing our performance indicators or KPIs. Then coming to the insert menu, you have new page insert, new visual insert, then more visuals. Then we have the key influencers, then decomposition tree, smart narrative, then paginated report, Power Apps, then Power Automate, text box, buttons, shapes, images. These are insert menu. Then we have the modeling. The modeling, you can create a new table. If already there are multiple tables, you can create a relationship. You can create a new measure and new quick measure. Then you can do parameters. Then you can manage roles. Then the language, then Q and A setup. And if you go to the view menu, you can see the themes available. And if you have a custom theme, you can upload it from here. And you can also create theme gallery. Then we have the page view, fit width and actual size, then mobile layout, then grid lines, Then we have the filters, bookmarks, selection, and performance analyzer. Then sync slicers. And if under the optimize menu, you have post visuals, refresh visuals, then optimize presets, then performance analyzer, apply all slices button, and finally you have the help. And the help, there is training videos, guided learning, documentation support, then Power BI blogs, community, Power BI for some Power BI for developers, submit an idea, external tools, examples, sample data sets, sample reports, community galleries, and partner showcase, and also consulting services. This is the quick tour of the Power BI interface. It is a no code solution, but you can also use the DAX expression, DAX language to build your custom measures. So we will learn about the DAX in a separate session. For now, I hope you were able to download the Power BI in binaries, install it, and make a quick tour of the tool. The next day, we will be trying to create, load some data, and create our first visualization.